Okay. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for coming to our tabling event. We had that is next slide. We're the slide keeper. My name is Amy, and this is Rachel. We both work the program side of Jubilee. So we're going to do a small introduction. So you're going to do a small introduction. So Rachel and I are on the program side, and we are direct person we report directly to is Candace Russell, the program director. We're all the paid employees of all of Jubilee. So we rely heavily on our volunteers, and we love and appreciate you all. And so we just kind of wanted to be able to give you guys just kind of a visual of what kind of the employed side looks like. And then just a little bit about Jubilee's history. In 1884, Sisters of St. Joseph of Peace by Margaret Ann Cusack vision was to care for the homeless population because she lived around here and would go out into the community and saw how people were really living, and she really had a heart to help the homeless. Her vision was carried out by three women of the congregation of the Sisters of St. Joseph of the Peace, Sister Anne Wetherilt, and Sister Joan Leonard, and Sister Margaret O'Neill. And then fast forward to today, we now have, so they started with just this one building. And then, so we have this building, and then we have the house next door, 612 house. And then we have Martha's house, which was recently approved to be a long-term housing option for some of our folks. Yeah, so they can transition out of the program and into that long-term housing. So they can stay as long as they want, or they can stay until they find, other housing that might be more suitable for them. So yeah, that's great. Yeah. What does Jubilee offer? So we are a 2-year transitional housing program. We are a sober living program. So it's single occupancy rooms, which means that they have their own room, and then it's community living. So they have a shared bathroom. Yeah, they have shared bathroom, shared kitchen, and they share chores around the house. And then we also offer on-site case management. That includes, so it says job training, so maybe helping them develop a resume, apply for jobs, search for jobs. We have a mentorship program. And like I said, clean and sober living. And then financial literacy training is where when they meet with we do a budget. So a lot of the ladies that come out of homelessness, they finally have a place to rest, and they are able to, they kind of have to like get not new things, but like they don't have any way to carry all of their clothes. So they come very limited. So some of them get a little too comfortable and relaxed and start spending a little bit too much, and then have nothing at the end of the month. So we try to work together with developing a monthly budget for them. And I check in with them every week on it too. So, and it's been very helpful for them so far. At least that's the feedback I've gotten from some of them. Mental health coordination it would be us just what kind of outsourcing and going through their insurance to help them find any mental health support that they might want or need. Our weekly events, we do field trips, which are really fun. Since I've been here, we've gone to a play and the symphony. And I didn't go on that. Oh, this month
we're going to the farmer's market.
Oh yeah, this month we're going to the farmer's market. So and then we're starting binge watching with me on Thursdays from 6 to 7. So we'll see how that goes. It's a win. And then this one is kind of my favorite, the Momentum Match Savings Program. So that's where they save whatever the money they save, we match dollar for dollar up to $2,000. And so we can give that at the end when they exit the program, or say they want to save it for like a new business venture, or they want to save it for they need an assistive technology device. They can put it towards that. So that's kind of the gist of the small gist of the program.
Um, y'all very familiar. Watching the recording. Our other program is our free clothing boutique. This is a very special program just because it's not only available to the women in our program, but also anyone in the community, any low income woman in King County, and it's a low barrier resource, so we don't ask any questions. Anyone can come in, shop in the boutique. Every person is able to shop at our boutique once every 3 months, which roughs out to about once a season. But if you live in our Jubilee program, you can shop there once a month. And it's in our garage. It's set up like an actual thrift store. And we have everything from casual wear, shirts, t-shirts, jackets, to professional wear, stuff that you can wear to a job interview, which we often know the women we serve are looking for clothing like that. Hygiene products when we have it available. When someone comes, they're able to shop for 30 minutes. And they get two pretty decently sized bags to fill up. And everything is completely free. So it's a very unique service that we have. The boutique is made possible because of donations, which is something you will most likely get asked about while at tabling events. And we want to make sure you have a good understanding of what we do and what we don't accept, because we know space is a big problem. So it's very helpful for us when we're able to kind of manage that better. So in terms of clothing donations, we really ask for in-season and gently used women's clothing, shoes, and accessories. Again, space being a problem, that's why we try to keep our donations in season, and we try to keep the boutique with clothes that are in season. It'd be cool if we could have every type of clothing, but we just don't have capacity for that. Also new socks and underwear, those cannot give out as used for obvious reasons. And then full size hygiene products. We don't want any like sample size or like the travel size hygiene products. Those are better for like an actual emergency shelter. Here, we try to give everyone full size hygiene products when we get those out. And for things we don't accept is men's clothing, children's clothing, any household items, books, electronics, furnishing, or hangers. Do not want those. So when we're tabling, we're not only going to be tabling for people in our program, we're also going to be tabling for volunteers to come in and other supporters to come into our community as well. And when you table, you are going to be given a handout that you can give everyone that has a good explanation of all of these, but it's good for you all to be aware of like all the different type of volunteer opportunities that can happen at Jubilee. So for the front desk, entirely volunteer run, we have 2 shifts every day. And they are super important. That they're first point of contact for everyone in our community. They answer our emails, our phones, manage the door. So they're super helpful for Jubilee staff. Like Mimi says, takes the weight off our shoulders. There's also lots of opportunities to volunteer in the boutique, whether that's a shopping assistant, so that's helping me while the boutique is running, helping me hang up clothes or sort or just kind of manage the space because it can be a lot to deal with. Sorting donations, people can come in on their own time and just sort and help organize or do special organizational projects that we have. There's also the Lux sale, that also falls into event support, but that's our big fundraiser that we have in the summer, where we put away all of our high-end donations, and you can help sort those, you can help with pricing and help us at the actual event that's going to happen. Amy mentioned the mentorship program. So this is a trained volunteer position where you get matched with an individual in our program, and you're kind of as an extra support system for them. You regularly check in and just be like a helping hand as they're reaching their goals. We do some skilled volunteer services. So if anyone has a special skill in electrician or electricity work or maintenance work or anything like that, we always would welcome their services. We once had an event in this room actually where we had like a hairstylist and a person who did like makeup and facials and eyebrow waxing, and they came in and had like a salon day for all of our program participants. It was really cool. Our Monday meal program, a lot of the women in our program rely on that for a meal throughout the week. It's where a volunteer can prepare a meal offsite and deliver it. And we try to provide a meal every Monday. And so we really value those volunteers. And then also our new tabling positions is the first year we're doing this. So trying to see how that works. And then in terms of group volunteer opportunities, this is mostly for like corporate organizations. They like to bring a handful of their employees in and they'll do like worker labor parties. They'll help with maintenance. They'll help with landscaping, which is really helpful because we don't have our own landscaping services. So we really value that too. We also have some groups such as like the ASC group. They're from a community church and they come in once a month and they do dinner and an activity with our program participants. So there's a lot of different volunteer opportunities here, which is awesome. Um, so that's all about our program. Now we're going to talk about more of like what tabling is going to look like and like the expectations at tabling events. Really what we think is most important is that you're able to deliver a brief elevator pitch about like what Jubilee does and like what we offer. What we mean by that is like a 30-second like on the spot, like what do we do? And we're gonna practice that. Answering any questions that you can, but also remembering that you are volunteers, you're not expected to know everything in the program. So if necessary, like passing on the question when needed, you're never going to table by yourself. There's always going to be a staff member with you. So it's better to pass on a question than to kind of guess, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain cases, especially in our field of work, where it's better to just hand it off. The most common questions you are going to get are about the boutique housing program, donations, or volunteer opportunities. Those are going to be like 95% of what you're going to be asked about. But again, in the case, if you don't know anything, please ask and use us as a resource. And then also just maintaining a friendly, professional, and approachable demeanor at all times. Just being someone that's welcoming and warm, and that when we're tabling, that people feel comfortable talking to. Yeah. I'm realizing I think I can pause.
Yeah, this one we can.
So we're gonna pause the recording.
I have to say it out loud.
Okay, so safety and tips. I don't want you to be intimidated by the word safety, but it is something that's very important for us to be aware of. We work, directly with the homeless population, and sometimes that comes with folks with certain behaviors and higher needs or different needs than us. And we really live in a community where we interact with, the homeless population or those that have higher needs than what we're probably used to working with and interacting with. So how to manage someone with escalated behaviors. So stay calm. That's your first thing. Just for me, I like to do a little body check. Like, where am I starting to have my feelings in my body? For me, I always know it's right here. So I just kind of relax yourself. And that just goes into the be mindful of your body language. Keep your voice calm and have a low, soft tone when you're talking to someone. That's going to be really beneficial. One possible, just stay behind the table. Like if they try to get you to come out from the other side of the table, just either defer them to the worker or don't get up. You don't have to just because they're asking you to. And it's okay to gently redirect the conversation. You can say something along the lines of, I want to make sure I can connect with other folks for stopping by too. So maybe they are hanging out at the table a little too long. If someone has a complaint or is being challenging, lead on being a volunteer.
It's your
I'm new. I'm just a volunteer. You don't have all the answers, and we don't always have all the answers. We just have a little bit more. And offer to gather information, contact information, and make sure and give them one of our business cards or flyers, and let them know that somebody will be in contact with them. So we are gonna do a little role play here, and we won't make you guys practice this part. So this will be just Rachel and I. Okay, Rachel is the volunteer, and I am the person needing help. So what is this place?
Jubilee is a 2-year sober transitional housing program. We have supportive services in case
Housing, huh? It's housing
We do offer housing.
for who?
We offer housing for single women 18 and older in King County.
What else do you guys do?
We have a free clothing boutique for low income women in King County where they can shop.
Free, huh?
Yeah.
It's free?
Mm-hmm.
Where can I go there now? I want to go there now.
So unfortunately it is appointment based shopping.
I don't want to make an appointment.
Well, to shop in our boutique, you do have to make an appointment. Here is our business card, so you can call our front desk and make an appointment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What else do you guys offer?
Those are two of our. We have volunteer opportunities. We have a few volunteer opportunities here.
I don't want to volunteer. Why would you think I want to volunteer?
I'm just letting you know about our different resources, and different opportunities to engage with Jubilee. If you do have any other questions about Jubilee, I'm just a volunteer here, and it looks like my colleague over
Why
here
didn't you
is-
tell me that from the beginning?
If you are interested, I can grab your name and phone number, and one of our
Yeah,
staff
I would
can
like
follow
that.
up with
I
you.
would like that. Yeah.
Here's a sign up.
So notice how I kind of I tried to step closer to
Personal space.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
you're sitting, they'll get like it's still close
Yeah.
quarters, and you're like, hold the phone.
Yeah.
So she stayed very calm and just kind of, oof, yeah, you did good. But I would honestly be surprised if there was anything like that happens. It's people are typically, some folks are just looking for something free or like some swag or something. But this is just a precaution, just to stay prepared.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns? No?
Oh.
Okay. These are ready. We got a spot for you Friday. No.
We'll be about it. So
I was gonna ask where.
yeah.